You don't hate small talk for the reason you think. It's not the topic that drains you. It's the moment you feel yourself editing every single word in real time. You're standing in the office kitchen, holding a glass you didn't even come for. Someone asks about your weekend, and you start answering before you've even decided what to say. Halfway through, you're already adjusting your tone, your words, your face. Something tightens. You're not just talking. You're tracking how you sound while you say it. That's the part no one explains. Why something so simple can feel so off. Stay with this, because once you see it, you won't miss it again. Let's slow that moment down. You're standing in the office kitchen, holding a cup of water. When a coworker asks about your weekend plans, even before they finish the sentence, you've already nodded. It's a reflex. But look closer. Right then, your brain splits in two. One version of you is busy responding while the other stands back, watching exactly how you're speaking. You ask yourself, did that sound normal? In that moment, you're no longer in the conversation. You're trapped inside your own head. You aren't actually present, you're just performing presence. And the more you monitor yourself, the less real it starts to feel. You think it's just a simple exchange. Your brain disagrees. While the other person is still speaking, you've already started building your response. You're pre-adjusting every single word in your head before they even finish. Your mind is hijacked by a constant prediction loop, predicting reactions, editing sentences, and controlling your facial expressions all at once. Does every word feel like it's costing you energy? This is why a short conversation leaves you feeling completely drained. You're not reacting, you're pre-editing. Nothing you say feels spontaneous anymore, and that's where something starts slipping. At some point, the conversation keeps going, but you don't. You're smiling at the right time and nodding on cue, but seconds later, you can't even remember what you just reacted to. Your attention is torn between their words and your own internal monitoring. This hyper-self-awareness is drowning out the actual experience. You've left the moment. The conversation continues, but you aren't in it anymore. You're not talking to them, you're managing yourself. That's why it feels empty. And so you tell yourself you just need something deeper. You say you want real conversations, but watch what happens when it gets real. The moment things turn personal, you slow down. You pick your words too carefully, leaving out the things you actually think. Your control system tightens as the emotional risk rises. You pull back. Your brain is prioritizing safety over truth. You don't say what you want to say most. You keep the connection at a safe distance. Is depth really the problem? Or is it exposure? Depth isn't the issue. Being seen is. So it was never about small talk. You thought this was about preference. It's about safety. Think about the last time you sat in silence with someone. No one said a word, but you didn't feel uncomfortable. That's because when you don't feel the need to perform, your brain's monitoring system finally powers down. You return to your natural state of processing. You only feel comfortable because you aren't forced to project an image. Silence doesn't ask you to prove anything. You don't hate people. You hate being filtered. And that realization changes everything. It was never about liking or hating small talk. It's about what happens inside you while you're speaking. You're someone who doesn't just talk. You monitor, you adjust, and you hold yourself back in real time. You don't struggle with conversation. You struggle with being unedited. Notice your next conversation. Not what you say, but the exact moment you start editing it. If this felt familiar, there's more of this coming. You'll recognize it faster next time. The shift isn't in the room. It's in the second voice you don't usually notice.